In today's video, I'm going to be running you through exactly how I just launched a product using Facebook ads for pennies on the pound and achieved great results doing so. Ranked number 2 for this search term on Amazon with the Amazon's Choice badge. Let's get into it. Welcome to today's video, everyone. How you doing? This is my daughter Olivia. She's joined me for the intro. Like I say, we are going to spend some time breaking down exactly how to launch a product on Amazon using Facebook ads. It's a really powerful tool. It can save you money, it can help you build an audience, and so many other things. If you are new to the channel and you're interested in building a business that frees you up to live life on your terms, to have flexibility, to have your daughter on your lap whilst you work, etc., make sure you do hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on so you don't miss out on any videos that I'm teaching you and training you how to do exactly that. In a recent series of videos I did about launching products on Amazon, I talked about how our whole purpose for launching products is actually to gain visibility, to gain ranking. And one of the best ways and easiest ways to do that is actually by launching using Facebook ads to really generate traffic and generate sales for your product. And so today I'm breaking down step by step exactly how to do that. Using the exact steps that I'm going to show you in this video today helped us get these results with a product that we recently launched. As you'll see, I'm tracking the keyword ranking for this product, and I'm using the Helium 10 suite of tools to do this, the keyword tracker tool. And we started this promo on the 19th or 20th of February down here. It does take a few days for the algorithm to sort of recognize the sales, mainly because the juice is really given to the ranking once those sales, those items have actually shipped, payment has processed, etc. So that's when it really starts. And you can see we finished this promo just around a week ago now, and it ended it at the end of February. And you see originally before this date, February 23rd, it's not even on the map. It's not registering here because it's not in the top 300 positions, you know, I don't know, 20 pages or whatever that is, just not even registering. On Helium 10 you'll see it says not in top 306, I think it is, results. And then a few days into the launch, it starts to kick in. We start to see Amazon is sort of placing it, and it's sort of a little bit all over the place at times, and then every now and then gets another boost up, another boost, until it sort of sits and hovers around here at position number 2 is the high point, and then it hovers in and around the top of the page here as well. We also got the Amazon's Choice badge for this keyword, and still do around about a week later, and are hovering in the top half of page 1 consistently between positions sort of 2 and 8 at all times. We were able to do this by running a promotion that I'm going to show you how to do in this video today. We did 75% off, which actually meant that we were giving Amazon 1p for every sale because of the fees and the discount and how it all worked. The good thing was that we weren't hemorrhaging money. You know, we weren't break even because that doesn't take into the fact the cost of the actual product itself, but it's a cheap cost product, and it did mean that we didn't have any cash flow issues when trying to launch this product. So this was all around a successful launch. Now we're selling several units a day, and in time we will recreate this whole process again on a new keyword and slowly build out our portfolio of keywords that we're ranking well for. Right, let's check out the video to show you exactly how we did this step by step. Alright guys, so we're going to go through a step by step of how to launch a product on Amazon with Facebook ads. I'm going to show you each step of the way, and hopefully it's going to really help you in building a highly profitable business selling on Amazon. All right, so here's a table of contents. So it is going to be pretty in depth. There's 19 pages of this stuff, so there is a whole bunch of stuff to go through, but hopefully I'm going to break it down for you and make it as simple as possible. I created this document so that you'll be able to access it afterwards, so that you can actually have this for reference for after. So when you go away, you can either sort of go back through the video and play it again, or you can actually just go through the document step by step at your own speed. So hopefully that again is a great resource to you. So let's start with the first section, which is creating the promotions and discount codes. So what you want to do is you want to log into Sell Essential. You want to navigate to your inventory and manage promotions, which is this screen here. I'm going to Oh, cheers, Facebook. I'm going to try and that's the one I literally just created and they've approved it. How good's that? I'm going to try and sort of follow along live with this as well. I don't know if that's necessary, if that's overkill, but just to show you it happening in the, a live video too. All right, so you log in here and you go to manage promotions, which is where I've come to. Then you want to come to money off and create. This is within the UK Amazon platform. The wording is actually slightly different for the US platform. US is percentage off instead of money off, and little things like that, but intrinsically still the same principles. So what you want to do is you want to come to buy purchases one, select item, purchase item, select one. You want to create a new product selection. You want to come here and you want to choose ASIN list and then hit create product selection. And then in your ASIN list you want to just put the ASIN number here in this box and click submit, and that will create for you your product selection that it talks about in this document here. So once you've got your product selected there, you want to choose a percentage off. Then you want to come and put your percentage off in this box here. I like 75% off. It seems to convert really well, but what you can do is test these percentages, which I'll talk about shortly. But once you've chosen your percentage, put it in here and then applies to purchase items, leave these the same. So that's your conditions set up. Then you want to come to your scheduling. You want to put a start date, which has to be at least 4 hours from the time that you're doing right now. And then you want to do your end date, which depending on the approach you take is going to go one of two ways. Either you're going to do a campaign where you just set it to run for your 8 to 10 days and then you just sort of gradually monitor it by your budget on your Facebook ad, which we'll talk about. Make sure you do stick around to the end of the video, because at the end I will share with you exactly how I create rules within the Facebook ad system to stop those clicks ever going above the level you want them to give you, along with the strategies that I'll share following, also complete control on the Facebook end as well as on the Amazon side of the setup. Or if you want to have ultimate control over it, what you can actually do is create a campaign for each and every single day. Set up a day 1 campaign, day 2, day 3, day 4, and onwards you go. Recommended length of a launch campaign is 8 days, because Amazon's sort of system and algorithm will want to know like a running number of sales, and over a week tends to show the system, show the algorithm that actually you are getting consistent sales. There's something to be said for single blast launches that are being tested across the Amazon platform right now, but as it stands, we know that this definitely works. So 8 days is what I would recommend. Set this for 8 days. So either you set this time period for that 8-day period, and maybe a day extra just to give you a bit of leeway in case any hiccups with the ads or delays with it being approved, etc. later on. Or you can set up one campaign. I just ran a launch just recently where I did a campaign for each and every day, and then an ad for each and every day on Facebook. And it does take a little bit more work, but it does give you a bit more control. So decide what you're doing once you get to the end of this video and training, and then set your scheduling based on that, either for the one day for the 24-hour time period or for the whole 8-day time period. In your internal description, just put something that describes obviously the promotion, and then make sure you do select single use, so that people can't use more than one or use them multiple times. Single use on your claim code. We'll also do another safety thing later on to make sure that you don't give more than 1 unit per customer away. And then you're going to hit review. And this one's going to give you an error because I haven't purchased items or put something in, but it will usually come up with an error, or not an error, a warning saying if you're doing more than 70% off, it will come up saying you are giving away more than 70% off. Are you sure you want to do this? And then if you are sure, of course, you just hit yes. If you're doing less than a 70% discount, it will just tell you to confirm and submit. And then what you want to do in order to create your coupon codes is you need to actually come to manage your promotions in your Amazon account. When you go back to the promotions page, this time come to manage your promotions, and then you want to come down and you want to expand here, and then you want to your campaign will come up as a pending campaign because you just created it. It's not actually active yet, but then you want to hit pending and then search, and it will come up with all of your pending campaigns. These are some old ones I did, that's why it's sort of expired there. And then you hit view, and then it will give you this screen here, which you'll want to hit manage claim codes. This is where you get your claim codes to actually install on Facebook, so the customer can put these unique codes into the checkout on Amazon to get their discount. You need to make sure you do this process right so that you don't have a whole bunch of moaning people on Facebook. The code's not working. Just make sure you get this sort of step of the process right. So name your coupon codes either by the day or the percentage. I mean, this isn't essential. No one's really going to see this other than you, but just for your reference, if you're doing multiple day campaigns, you could put day 1, day 2, day 3, or if you're going the other route and you're testing different percentages off, you can label this the percentage. And I would definitely recommend trying the method of testing different percentages, because you never know actually what's going to convert until you test it, right? That's a marketing 101. And so rather than just going, oh, hey, Ben said 75% off works best, I'm going to go with that. If you want an easy option, then try it. But if you actually want to test some varying percentages, you can actually test 50% off, 60% off, 70% off. And the great thing about that is that when I show you how to set up the ads on Facebook, you can set up multiple concurrent ads so that you are feeding Amazon sales that are on multiple levels of discount. So it's not just all one level. So there's just that little bit more of an organic feel about it. So name your coupon codes and then decide on the quantity that you want to give away. Now, in order to determine the quantity of codes that you're going to give away, you must do some keyword research, right? You need to do some keyword research. I'd recommend the Helium 10 suite of tools. Use the magnet tool in order to be able to research your keywords and know roughly how many units you're going to need to give away in order to rank highly. I showed you earlier on in the video about how I used the amount of units that Helium 10 recommended us to give away almost to the exact number, and got from literally ranked nowhere to ranked number 2, position number 2 on page 1. And so it just goes to show you that those numbers most of the time are relatively accurate. I mean, don't base your whole life's existence on that number, because it does need testing and things are always being updated, but I've just tested it recently and shown that they are still accurate. So once you've decided on the quantity you're going to give away, you want to create the coupon codes. And what I would suggest is actually you want to roughly do 2 times the amount of coupons to the amount of giveaways you're going to do. This would be recommendation for a relatively small launch, somewhere around 40 to 50 giveaways. If you're going to do more, 200, 300, 400, if you're going into the next stratosphere, you're going to want to be careful with this and test it on a day-by-day basis, because the percentages as you grow that number might not still apply. But what I have found when doing these initial sort of smaller launches, what I've found is that the ratio goes like this. If you want to give away, say, 5 per day, you need to get 10 people to redeem the offer, because people will claim the offer but not do anything with it. It was just sit in their saved items on Facebook and they'll do nothing with it. So you need to get double the amount of how many units you want to sell or give away at a discounted price that day. You need to get double the amount of people redeeming that offer, and in order to get the amount of people redeeming the offer, you tend to need around double the amount of clicks on your ads. So I'll talk about clicks and setting that up on the ads in a bit, but for now I would suggest creating more coupon codes than giveaways than you actually want to give away. The thing with this launching on Facebook ads is you do surrender a little bit of control, and what I'm showing you is a process to try and give you control over this process, but you cannot have 100% control. Say if you give your launch over to someone like Viral Launch, you pay $100, about £80. In order to do the launch, you will actually have complete control in terms of, I want to give this amount of units away per day, no more, no less, and generally they manage to hit exactly that number for you. That gives you an element of control, but it doesn't give you the Facebook juice that Amazon loves. It doesn't give you the cheaper launch. It doesn't give you the ability to test things. It doesn't give you the ability to learn new skills as a marketer. It doesn't give you the ability to build a customer database. So there's lots of things that Facebook gives you that a launch service don't, but one of the things you surrender with that is a little bit of control, right? So it's never going to be an exact science. There's going to be lots of testing needed to be done, but what I would recommend is a rough ratio of this kind of level of launch of double the amount of units you want to give away. Create that many coupon codes. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if it does not. All right, and so section 2, what's really important is we actually create a max quantity purchase of one of our product. Otherwise, if you don't do this, a buyer could potentially purchase your entire stock at a huge discount. If you're giving 75% off, they could come in and clear your whole stock out for 75%. Okay, so you want to navigate to inventory, product, and edit over here, and then you want to update your max order quantity to 1 in this section of your product details. Make sure you hit save before exiting. Make sure 100% that you have done this. Go back in and double check it if you need to. Make sure this box says 1, or else you run the risk of someone ordering more units or clearing out your whole entire stock. So make sure you do this. All right, section 3, 3 out of 4. This is where it starts to get a little bit more juicy. We're going to go onto Facebook in a sec. Section 3 is creating your ad image. Videos tend to create cheaper cost per result ads on Facebook, but you have to weigh that up against the time/cost of creating the video, right? You might need to pay a designer to create the video. You might need to, wait the time to see all that happen. There's a whole load of time and cost aspects that you need to consider with that, when usually it actually in the long run it turns out to be cheaper and quicker to run a simple image ad. Because you might save £10 say on the full ad range with a video ad, but you might spend £100 to get the video created, right? So just think about, don't just look at one cost, look at the total cost of a project. Videos and other brand content can be created in time. Once you've got your product launched and a couple of products going and you're building your business, then you can invest in creating some brand assets such as videos and tutorials, etc. There are many options for creating images. If you've got some design experience, you could use Photoshop and a bunch of other tools. But a simple and free to use option that everyone can easily use is Canva. So the first step to that is to go to Canva and create a Canva account. It's simple, it's free, just name an email, sign up to a Canva account, and then you want to come to this search bar here, type in Facebook and choose this one here, Facebook ad. It's going to give you the perfect sizing for an offer ad. Don't do a square picture thinking you're going to take up more room on the phone, because actually it's only the middle portion that's going to show in a offer ad. It's quite specific. This is the pixel size you want to use for your Facebook ad, and then you want to create your ad image. I just done like a super quick example. Literally took me 5 minutes on Canva, but for like a yoga mat as an example, the example I always use. Listen, it doesn't have to be a work of art, right? You want to keep it stupid. You want to keep it simple, stupid, KISS, right? With this kind of thing, you just want to lead with a discount. You don't need to have amazing imagery that's going to catch people's eye. Sure, if you're giving less away, doing maybe a 40% discount, 50% discount, you might want to spend a bit more time on creating something really eye-catching and engaging and enticing. Hopefully, you've already got some great product imagery that's going to do a lot of that work for you. If you're giving a bigger discount away, just leave with a discount, man. People love a discount. So I just ran a launch with an image pretty much as simple as this, and it worked absolutely fine. So don't overcomplicate things. Just create a simple ad image and save that ready for the next step. All right, section 4 is setting up your Facebook ads. If you don't already have Business Manager, you really are going to want to create a Business Manager account on Facebook. You'd be best doing that now when you're starting this business, because it gives you so much more functionality than a standard ads account. Use your company details to sign up and then link your brand's Facebook page or pages to it, so you can set this whole process up. And so what you want to do is you want to go into Ads Manager, and then Ads Manager is going to bring you to this screen here, which I'll show you live. I'm going to give you a live example running along with it, and then we're going to go to Create. Once we click Create, it's going to bring us up with a quick creation settings. You can do guided creation if you prefer. It just takes you through step by step a little bit more, but this is just as easy. So for instance, we're going to try here, we're going to put in a name for the for the campaign, UK yoga mat, and say launch. And you're going to leave these all the same. Ad set, you want to put your ad set as either the day, if you're doing day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5 and onwards, or the percentage that you're doing if you're testing different percentages. So I'm going to say that I'm testing percentages with this one, and then just add 1 is fine. We'll only start with 1 ad. Really, it's only for this type of ad, it's only necessary to do 1. And then you want to hit save to draft. Next, you want to come into the ad set. Depending on your screen size will depend on what this layout looks like, but I've got this sort of half and half on my screen, so it minimizes it a bit. Usually it'll look like this, and you just click on this one here for the ad set, or you can come up here and just click on this one for the ad set here. And this is where we really start to set up the ad to be what we want it to be. First, let's set our budget and schedule, depending on how many units you're looking to give away, but usually, honestly, £5 a day is more than enough to do a under 100 unit launch over 8 days. That's more than enough. And then you want to set your start date. Make sure your start date is the actual date you want your launch to start. Otherwise, the Facebook will just set it to literally starting right now. And so you might want to choose a couple of days in advance or a day in advance. Make sure that you set your ad to be live only after your codes go live. Right, that can be a common mistake people make, is they set the ad to start before their codes are actually live on Amazon, and then people are trying to use them and they're not live on Amazon. So make sure you do that. And then you want to make sure you do set an end date as well. For instance, if we're doing an 8-day launch starting on the 7th, we'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we'd end it there, say at midnight on that day. Now obviously if you're doing day by day ad sets, so day 1, day 2, etc., then you're just going to want to end this run on on the 7th at midnight. The only problem with this is actually Facebook will tell you that you need to set it for at least 24 hours. So you either want to do a lifetime budget for this ad set, and be careful, maybe just put that to £5, or you want to just leave it as daily budget, but actually change this to the following day and overrun it. Because what we're going to do at the end of this is I'm going to show you how to set up some rules, put some rules in place, and once there's been enough clicks on your ad, you can actually shut the ad down. So you can put this for more than 24 hours as long as it starts in the right time frame. Generally, again, if you're doing a decent discount and you're not giving crazy number of units away, usually the codes will all be claimed within a few hours of the day anyway, so that's not a problem. All right, so that's our schedule and our budget. So now let's take a look at turning the offer on. So we want to turn the offer on, and then we want to select your page and then create your offer, right? So you want to complete your offer details. You want to get a title in here that's going to grab attention. Feel free to use this one. You want to put your details in here, keep it basic. Feel free, again, use similar copy, but it just talks about the product that you're selling while stocks last, create that sense of urgency. I always like to put available on Amazon and free shipping. Amazon just gives people that sense of trust because they trust Amazon. They're used to seeing products that are being discounted on Amazon. Just creates that buyer trust again. So free shipping as well, we're going to put in the terms and conditions. That's for Prime customers, so you can again incentivize. Look, there's free shipping with this too. It's dirt cheap with free shipping, but make sure you do put in the terms that is for Prime customers, because obviously if they're spending like £3 or something, they're not going to get free shipping normally with Amazon. And so then you want to complete those details, and then you come here to the type of promotion, offer redemption, and you want to choose online, and you want to put your link in here. I'll show you how to find that in a moment. And then you want to go to type of promo codes, unique codes, and then you're going to download a CSV template. All right, let me show you what that template looks like. All right, when you download this CSV file, it's going to look exactly like this. And what Facebook want you to do is to put the promo codes in this column here. So with your TXT file that you've downloaded earlier, remember we downloaded a file with all of the coupon codes from Amazon, your Amazon Seller Central account. What we want to do with those is you want to, ideally if you have Excel, you want to right click, open that file in Excel. If you open it in a TXT file or whatever, if you're Mac or Windows, if you open it on the default file, it'll actually, when you paste them in, it will create like a line gap gap, every single one, which just frustrates me. So and then you either have to delete them all, or I've not tested uploading it without deleting it, but I figured that Facebook just wouldn't like the gaps in between them. They want it sequentially one by one. So the easiest, quickest thing to do, upload, open it with that TXT file with Excel, and then you'll just get like a list of codes like this. Just copy them over into this section here, and then just save that file as this, just same name as you download it as, that's fine. And then you want to come back to over here, and you want to upload, hit this button here, upload CSV, and those files will be uploaded. Make sure you hit the total numbers available is the amount of coupons you've got. So for instance, 60 or 100 or 1,000 or 10 million, whatever it is, however many you're giving away. And then you do have the option to hide the share button on your offer. On the offer, it will actually have this share button. I tend to click hide the button to share the offer because I'm trying to keep control over it. I know that I'm going to get clicks for pennies, right? It's not going to be expensive. So if I just had a whole bunch of these to give away at once as quickly and as cheaply as possible, leave that share on. But because I'm trying to do it over a certain number of days, me personally, I tend to click hide that share button. And then remember our terms of conditions in there that state that free shipping, one per customer, free shipping for Amazon Prime customers, or when you spend over £20 on Amazon, right? So make sure that goes in your terms as well. All right, so how do we then actually create the URL that we want Facebook to send the traffic through in order to get to a product page? Easiest way is you can head to helium10.com/gems, and that will actually allow you to create your different links that you need to launch your product. And the one that I tend to use is the step 2 via storefront, and you would put all of your info in here and it will automatically generate it for you. If you want to do it manually, however, you can go to Amazon and you can find your product. Say for instance, this is your one here. And you would go into it and you'd come over to the PGA distribution, the seller here, and you'd come over to the storefront up here, and then you would type in the search term up in here. And now these guys have got several things that are coming up on there. So say for instance your search term is large padded yoga mat. Hopefully you don't need that one. Oh, okay. But obviously with your search term, more than likely it's only going to come up with this one product. And if it doesn't, you can always use one of the other links, or just trust that people will have seen this image on the ad, and so they will know which one it is that the discount's on. If you've done the setup as I showed you, they won't actually be able to buy this one at discount anyway, so it shouldn't make too much difference. It's just for, you know, creating as little friction in the checkout process as possible. So and then once you've searched for that, this is the link here that you want to grab. So you just copy this link, and this is the one that you want to put into your Facebook ad, so that whenever people click on the redeem offer and get the product, they're coming through this link. And what this is going to do is actually going to attribute this sale, each and every sale, to these keywords, which is going to boost your keyword ranking for each of those sales, which is the whole idea of this process, right? The whole idea of this investment of our money is into actually boosting the rank of our product when we're launching it. So a little just disclaimer is that some people may see this as being against Amazon terms of service in terms of rank manipulation. You know, obviously, if you're going to use a link like this, definitely use it at your own risk. Amazon, for any sale, will give you the keywords and the keyword phrases in your title, bullet points, and description a little bit of a lift, but it's with a targeted, you know, keyword sale like I've just shown you that will give it the most ranking juice. This is why people use it. Amazon know about this. Thousands of sellers use it all the time. So, you know, Amazon know about it, and it happens still, you know. So draw your own conclusions, make your own decisions. I'm not telling you to do this or to not do this. I'm showing you what is possible so that you can do it if you choose to do it. All right, next we're going to jump back into our Facebook ad. Once we've saved the offer, you're going to come back here, back into the ad set, and you're going to create the audience. Going to scroll down to the section that says audience, and we want to create a new audience. So we make sure we want to target the area we're selling in. So for many of us, it will be the United Kingdom, it might be the United States, it might be one of the other Amazon marketplaces, but make sure you do narrow it down to this location. Then you want to narrow it down age, gender, languages, and interest depending on your niche. Now we are looking at a reach that is large enough to get us some easy traction and traffic, but we don't want it to be so wide that nobody's really interested in our ad. Again, when given a larger discount, it's not really as important because most people will buy something that is heavily discounted. But the less of a discount we give, the higher our targeting needs to be, the more focused our targeting needs to be, right? So if we're only giving away a 30% discount, we need to really make sure that we're targeting well and we know who the people that we're targeting on Facebook will be interested in what we have to offer. So you can do this with detailed targeting. You can include people who match different interests. So if you're selling something that is an accessory for fishing, for instance, you can target people who are interested in fishing, who not just interested in fishing, but you can find brands that are for hardcore fishing experts, and you can target people who like those brands. You can really get detailed on it, right? You can reference this really great infographic by a digital marketer, which is really helpful for people just starting out with Facebook ads. Is you can think about how to really target down into your niche people that are seriously going to be interested in it. And they call this the "but no one else would" trick, right? That everyone knows who Tiger Woods is. Everyone knows, even non-golfers do. Casual golfers know who Phil Mickelson is, right? There's a lot of people that, a bit like me, I watch the majors, I play a couple of rounds of golf a year. I know who Phil Mickelson is. That's a name I could recognize. But probably this is less true these days. This is quite an old infographic because more people know him now. But back in the day, only golf enthusiasts would know who Bubba Watson is. And if you're a golf enthusiast, I'm sure there's an example of a player that's maybe up and coming now that not many people know about, but golf enthusiasts do. And so if you target this area, then you're getting targeted buyers, right? And it's the same for any niche. There might be things that everyone knows, but there's only brands or services or interests that people who are really enthusiastic about your niche will actually engage with, and those are the ones you want to target if you're looking for really targeted, zoning in on your targeting. So there's something that hopefully does help you too. All right, so that's your targeting, and then it'll give you an option to edit your placements in your Facebook ad. I isolate Facebook offer ads to just a Facebook feed. You can do marketplace with Facebook offer ads. That's the only other option, but I personally remove this just to focus in on it actually being in the feed as people are scrolling, but feel free to test that. I always check only when connected to Wi-Fi, because you don't want to waste ad spend on people who aren't at home, who are on the train, on the bus, at work. They don't have the ability to buy right now, which if they're on Wi-Fi, not all the time of course, but more often than not suggests that they are located somewhere where they're sat down, where they either at home or at their desk at work, or somewhere where they can actually buy right now. So that's why we do that. Next one you want to come into is that's pretty much the ad set up. Then you want to come to the actual ad, which is where you create the creative, the offer, the actual thing that people are going to see. So you want to select your ad image. Remember that image that you created earlier on Canva or Photoshop. Come in here and select the file that you want, and then you're going to want to create your ad copy, right? Again, depending on how much you're giving away, depending on what you're targeting, this either needs to be really good or it can just be relatively basic. This is relatively basic. I just knocked it up without even thinking too much really, but just something along the lines of the thing you're trying to give away, right? Any yoga lovers in the house, so definitely use emojis to grab people's attention. Let them know what the discount is and let them know how they can redeem it. And then at the bottom of the ad, you're going to click publish. And that is pretty much everything for your ad. The final thing I'll say is about duplicating, right? If you are testing with your adverts, which I would recommend, the more you learn, right, the more you earn. I say that often, but the more you learn, the more you earn. The more you learn about marketing, the better marketer you become, the more you can build your brand. Okay, so one of the things, or two of the things that I would do this for is to test, number one, different percentages, and number two is to give you that control by creating an ad set for each day. Now how you would go about this is you would come to the ad set, right? ad set level. So you've got 3 levels with Facebook ads. You've got the campaign, you've got the ad set, and you've got the ad. And you want to duplicate the ad set level because it's within the ad set that you determine budget, schedule, the offer settings, and targeting, etc. Right? So you want to duplicate the ad set. What that is going to do is going to copy all of the settings for both the ad set and the ad. So then you can go in and change just a couple of the settings within the ad set. The settings that you're going to want to change, if you are testing percentages, you are going to want to edit the offer and edit the then you're going to actually have to edit the ad creative as well, because you're going to have to change the ad image to show the different percentages off, and the ad copy is going to have to reflect the percentage off. So you're going to have to change both the ad set and the ad. Within the ad set, you're going to edit the actual offer settings to show how many there are to give away, to show how much the percentage is, and you're going to have to link a separate file of coupon codes to each different offer on each different percentage, right? You can't put 75% off coupon code file onto the offer where you want to test giving 50% away. You need to create 50% off discount codes, create a separate file, and then upload that too. All right, I know this is getting complex, but if you follow the steps, it should all make sense. So that's how to do the percentage testing. If you want to run day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, etc., you just need to duplicate the ad set however many times you want to in terms of how many days you're going to run. And then for each ad set, you don't need to change the ad. All you need to change is the ad set settings, the actual schedule, so the timing, the schedule, and then also the offer. You need to edit the settings in the offer. You're going to need to upload your individual files of codes. You're going to need to have 20 in each, for instance, or on the offer, and then also set the offer end date for that day, the evening of that day, so people know each day that the offer is ending that same day. So any questions with that, let me know. If needed, I can create another video that kind of goes into how to duplicate those ad sets if that's going to help. But I don't want to make this like too long that it's hard to process everything. That's the step-by-step basics of how to launch a product on Amazon with Facebook offer ads. And one final highly recommended tip to take at the end of setting up your ad to really bring that measure of control you're looking for is to create something called a rule in your Facebook ad. Now this is of course optional, but I would highly recommend it if you are looking to maintain control over your ad. If you are happy just to do your discounted units just whenever, and you're not trying to space it out over a number of days, this doesn't matter so much. But when you're trying to do it sequentially, then this is something that will be really important. What you're going to do is you're going to come into your ad account and you're going to come into your ad set, and you're going to make sure it's selected here and come to rules and create a new rule. What this is going to do for you is it's going to turn off your ad from running when it reaches a certain number of clicks. Now again, this will need some testing on your behalf, because every everything is different, every product depending on many variables such as the discount, such as your ad copy, such as your product, the targeting that you do, lots of different things, the uptake on this offer, the click-through rate, the actually taking the offer, they're going to vary a lot. But as a rule, what I'm working on at the moment is roughly, generally, if I want to give away 5 units in a day, I'm going to need to give out 10 coupon codes, because only usually around half will redeem them. And if I want 10 people to claim the offer, I need to get around 20 people to click on the offer, right? So that's how it's worked in my recent campaign. I averaged around 20 people a day clicking on the offer, 10 actually claimed it, and 5 actually used it. Those were the rough maths. Again, don't wholesale rely on those until you test them. Maybe test it for the first day or two, see how it goes on, then adjust things from there. Either adjust the budget from there, or adjust the targeting from there. But one way you can actually control it to make sure it doesn't go crazy and get out of hand, and you can control the amount of clicks each day, is by setting up a rule. So you come into here, you set up a rule, you go apply a rule to one ad set, turn off the action that it will take is to turn off the ad set, and the conditions you want to choose are cost cost, not cost per result. You want to go results is greater than, and then the number you're looking at. If you're giving away 20 units a day, you might want to give out 30 or 40 coupons and stop it after 60 clicks or something like that. You know, of course, I would say it's always best to go conservative initially and then increase it as you go. That's always better than the opposite, you know, approach to take. You want to go time range lifetime, continuously schedule, and then create a name for it and click create. If you are doing individual day ad sets, then you will need to create this for each of your ad sets. If you are doing one long campaign, then you'll just need to monitor this, because when your ad set is turned off, you'll then in the next day need to come in and unpause your ad so that it can be shown again and attract some more clicks. So that's how to just really maintain extra control over your ad. And look guys, if this has been helpful, firstly I would love you to hit that like button below so that more people can see this. This is obviously free training, step by step, hopefully super helpful. So the more people can see it, the better it's going to help other people and build businesses. And I'd really appreciate a like, a thumbs up. Let me know if you do have any questions in the comments below. If I've missed anything, or if something didn't make sense, or if I went through something too quickly, let me know below. And if you would like a copy of this document, a PDF, then I'm happy to give it to you for free. Just find it in the details in the description below. I'll shoot a copy of that over to you, no problem, and you can have it then on file to reference should you ever need it, or go through it step by step when you're setting up these Facebook campaigns too. And listen, if you are interested in building a real business on Amazon, a profitable business in 2019, make sure you do hit my face below, hit the subscribe button and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss any of the videos I'm releasing. Trusting that you found today super helpful. I will be back with more in the future. If you want some more on launching products, I did a whole series on what to do to launch a product well. Check it out here, and I will see you in the next video real soon.